Veronica, why does trouble follow you around?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 dark truths about CW shows.
The former Smallville star is now in big trouble for her alleged role in a bizarre group.
For this list, we're looking at some of the most scandalous, unsavory, and shocking facts that have been reported about some of our favorite TV series from this network. Which of these dark truths left you shook? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Jane the Virgin without its iconic narrator? Jane the Virgin. We know. We couldn't imagine the show without that distinctive voice almost as much as it wouldn't make sense without its titular Jane.
And in that moment, in the arms of the man she thought she knew so well, Jane Gloriana Villanueva really believed that to be true. And then, everything changed.
But voice actor Anthony Mendez wasn't quite as taken with the character as the rest of us at first. He told Cosmo that when he initially received the script, he found the description of, quote, Latin lover narrator with a Hispanic telenovela accent, quote, a little off-putting, and considered turning it down.
Sometimes when I get things that may be stereotypical, I kind of, not another one type of thing.
However, after reading the text, he realized the character has more flavor than just being a disembodied voice and decided to go for it. We wonder what he would have thought if he knew who the narrator would turn out to be.
I practiced with great grandma. She said I would be great at voiceover work.
And for the record, I am. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Number 9. Rachel Bloom rejects Hollywood's body standards. Crazy ex-girlfriend. This musical comedy never shied away from discussing subjects typically considered taboo by entertainment standards.
In my heart, my new life is about to start.
For instance, the series is a major champion of body diversity and positivity, and that's as true behind the scenes as it is on camera. Co-creator, writer, and leading lady Rachel Bloom initially met with a personal trainer to help get her into shape for her new series. If you're thinking, hang on, that's not the Rachel Bloom we know, you'd be correct.
I mean, you make jokes about your body and they're pretty funny and mostly accurate, but with your big boobs, that dress would look great.
Are you kidding? No, I'd be spilling out of this thing, and not like in a sexy on purpose Christina Hendricks type of way.
The actress quickly realized it wasn't the message she wanted her show to promote and ditched the idea. Bloom chose to normalize showing people of all shapes and sizes and not pigeonholing them based on appearances.
We're 6-inch heels just for yourself.
If it's just for myself, shouldn't I be comfortable?
No, put yourself first in a sexy way. Pierce your
Number 8. The original pilot was deemed too dark and creepy. Veronica Mars. We get that teen drama shows require, well, drama, but sometimes the writers may take things a step too far.
Life's a bitch until you die.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Mars, for that succinct and somewhat inappropriate response.
And there are definitely some questionable almost plot points in this series that the network thought pushed boundaries. If you'll recall, the pilot goes quite hard in piling on the conflicts in Veronica's life. So it's hard to imagine it could have been even darker.
I never told my dad. I'm not sure what he would have done with that information, but no good would have come of it. And what does it matter? I'm no longer that girl.
However, the network thought Lily's father's involvement in his daughter's death to cover up for his son was, quote, too dark and creepy. Apparently, the writers also planned to reveal that Veronica and Duncan's moms were so against their relationship because they were really half-siblings.
God, shut up about Meg already. I'm alive. I'm your girlfriend.
Not anymore.
Yeah, just sit with that. Number 7. Chris Rock's old school teacher apologizes. Everybody hates Chris. As you probably already know, Everybody Hates Chris is loosely based on comedian Chris Rock's teenagehood.
Mom, why is it that Drew and Tanya get to go to school in our own neighborhood, but I have to go all the way out to Brooklyn Beach?
One recurring motif throughout the show is the racism he often endures while attending a predominantly white school. Rock has previously stated that much of what we see on the show, from the name-calling to the physical altercations, is somewhat rooted in his real-life experiences.
Most days at school were usually the same. I got there at the same time. I saw the same kids.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Greg. Hey, Ebony. Ivory.
And I took the same classes with the same teachers.
Apparently, this prompted an ex-teacher of Rock's who watched the show to reach out with a letter, saying, quote, "I knew it was hard on you, but I had no idea." and added, quote, "If anything happened to you because of me, please forgive me."
You people like to march, right? March your way to the back of the class, okay?
Number 6, an accident prompts the cast to demand safer work conditions. Riverdale. In 2017, Archie actor KJ Apa was involved in a car accident after reportedly falling asleep at the wheel following a 16-hour workday.
Hey, I should go. I got that meeting with Grundy and then football tryouts, so.
You play football too? What don't you do?
Luckily, the actor only suffered minor injuries, but his car was written off. The incident fired up the cast and crew to demand a review of health and safety measures on set, and an investigation was launched.
That the world around us had changed. Maybe forever. That Riverdale wasn't the same town as before.
Warner Brothers defended themselves by insisting the actor had been informed that he could request alternative transportation or accommodation if he felt unfit to drive. Of course, this isn't a standalone occurrence where crazy work schedules have endangered people's lives.
What returned to Riverdale was something far different from the red-headed boy next door.
Number 5, no love from Hollywood. Girlfriends. Show creator Mara Brock-Akil explained that she didn't feel represented by popular friend-centric shows like Sex and the City, thus igniting the first sparks for her sitcom Girlfriends.
Because I knew this show all this time, when we were producing it for UPN and then CW, it had value, but I knew that it deserved a bigger audience.
But while it was a hit with the fans, Hollywood and the media didn't exactly warm up to it. Tracee Ellis Ross, who played Joan Carroll Clayton on the show, shared that there wasn't much backing for it within the biz. There were no late-night talk show appearances or award show invites.
How do you intend to fix your dilemma?
I'm just gonna keep on praying for that Denzel knockoff.
Of course, now it's considered a groundbreaking sitcom that paved the way for more authentically diverse stories to be told in mainstream media. It's a shame it wasn't as appreciated in its time.
You need to tell her. Fine, I will tell her. I know you. You're not gonna tell her. If I have time, I will tell her. If you do not tell her, I will. Oh, thank you, because I do not have time.
Number 4, the script leak hack. Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl often sees the enigmatic titular figure sharing other people's secrets online.
Spotted. Serena making a heroic exit from Bee's party. Too bad for her, there's school on Monday. So until next time, you know you love me. Gossip Girl.
And in an example of life imitating art, a similar situation hit the show during its 4th season. Entire scripts were being leaked online and sold on eBay, much to everyone's bewilderment.
I really need someone to tell me what's going on.
Okay, look, I'll explain everything to everyone.
Eventually, they hired a private investigator who tracked down the source to a teenager in either Russia or Bulgaria who had infiltrated one of the writer's emails. Unfortunately for the creators, they couldn't press charges since the perpetrator was a minor. However, they found some alternative methods to help protect their secrets from then on. Maybe they could have XOXO'd out the dialogue.
Too late to turn back now. XOXO, Gossip Girl.
Number 3, Mark Pellegrino's offensive tweets. Supernatural. Mark Pellegrino played fallen archangel and creator of demons Lucifer in this long-running dark fantasy drama since its 5th season.
Don't feel too bad, Sam. There's only 5 things in all of creation that gun can't kill, and I just happen to be one of them.
Perhaps some devilish energy rubbed off on the actor, who found himself in hot water due to several tweets deemed offensive. He made controversial remarks about affirmative action legislation, criticized elements of Black Lives Matter, and has been accused of being Islamophobic, sexist, and more. Some also called him out over the allegedly combative way he engages with his critics on social media.
Stay the hell away from me. But it's so nice chatting. Sam, I hate these one-sided conversations. Come on, buddy. Engage.
Fans of the show reportedly called for the actor to be let go, but Pellegrino's Lucifer wasn't going anywhere and defended himself by stating his statements were taken out of context. He was even promoted to series regular in season 12.
I know you fellas are gonna try, whatever you're gonna try. But you can't kill me. You've never been able to kill me.
Number 2, harassment allegations. One Tree Hill. In 2017, One Tree Hill writer Audrey Wauchop tweeted about the harassment she'd allegedly faced while working on the show. While she didn't name names, it was eventually confirmed that she was referring to show creator Mark Schwann. Other members of the cast and crew rallied around her in support and published an open letter describing his, quote, psychologically and emotionally manipulative behavior and how they were made to feel uncomfortable, unsafe, and unprotected.
Yeah. I mean, I think about the future sometimes and it scares me.
Peyton actress Hilary Burton cited the show's, quote, bosses as one of her reasons for leaving the show rather than drama with Chad Michael Murray, as some fans speculated.
You Google my name and these stories come up. And for anybody that's hiring, why would you hire me if you could hire someone that's unproblematic? I have this bad habit of saying what I think.
Schwann was soon suspended and later fired from his other show, The Royals. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Grant Gustin's body shamers, The Flash. He clapped back at fans who deemed him too skinny after the Flash outfit photo leak.
And whoever leaked that.
Leighton Meester and Taylor Momsen's rumored feud, Gossip Girl. Both aspiring musicians, apparently Momsen was angry when the show featured Meester's music but not hers, yet. High School Politics, One Tree Hill. Jana Kramer, who joined in season 7, reported that a cast member, quote, made it hell on set.
I told him not to tell you, besides it just sort of happened. And then it just sort of happened again, and ouch, son of a...
It just sort of happened.
Whatever.
Ouch! And then it just sort of happened again.
Cast members got apprehended shortly before its premiere. The Vampire Diaries. Nina Dobrev, Kayla Ewell, Candace Akala, and Sarah Canning were arrested for flashing motorists from a bridge.
I did it again, didn't I? I'm sorry, Bonnie.
Scott Patterson felt objectified. Gilmore Girls. The Luke actor was angered by an episode that left him feeling like a, quote, meat stick.
Will you two stop talking about my butt?
It's all positive.
And in bad taste.
Oh, we'll just talk about it after you leave.
Which is now, because I'm done.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Allison Mack's alleged involvement in a cult, Smallville. In 2017, the New York Times uncovered that Nexium, a so-called, quote, personal development company, was actually a cult.
It sounds like a horror movie, what you're
It was a
describing.
horror movie. It was the most inhumane, horrific way to treat anybody.
Several of its high-ranking members were also exposed, including the Smallville actress, who joined the organization in 2006 while playing Chloe Sullivan.
Remember that conversation we had this morning about your priorities? Well, I've been thinking about my priorities, and I think they're a little screwed up.
Mack was supposedly part of the cult's innermost circle and was tasked with recruiting and allegedly branding women. In 2018, she was arrested by the FBI on trafficking and, quote, forced labor conspiracy charges and put on house arrest. In 2019, she pleaded guilty to her involvement in the organization and was sentenced to 3 years in prison, which she started serving in September 2021.
Her attorneys say she has turned completely around from depravity and trauma to peace, acceptance, and remorse. India says that letter she received from Mack, it supports that, but that doesn't mean that Mack's victims suffered any less.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.